Hello, friend. Here we are, gate 43, the gate of insight and breakthrough. Whoops. So again, we're in this quarter of mutation, this transformational energy, this mutative energy that is in the wheel. What I love is that there's layers upon layers upon layers upon layers of human design, and the Godheads is something else that I will also walk you guys through. And the interesting piece of how, excuse me, that energy lies on top of, or in amongst the gate information and the line information and the quarter information, and then the circuitry information, and then if it happens to be in the mystical way or the material way, or like if it's large group dynamics, if it's small group dynamics, if it's information of the biology, like there is layers and layers and layers of information here. So the 43rd gate is the gate of the inner ear. So often you hear the third eye being spoken of. And what Ross spoke about in human design is that third ear. That third ear is very acoustic, and it sits here in this 43rd gate. The 43rd gate is in the individual circuitry. And as we know, the individual circuitry is very, very acoustic. So tone is very important. So there's going to be people that look at these videos and they can't listen to me, and they are not going to subscribe to this channel, and they're going to move on to a teacher that they can hear and they can understand. And that's perfectly cool. I do the exact same thing. There's people that are super prominent in the world, and I can't hear them. I can't listen to them. They drive me crazy. And again, that's that whole tone and acoustic understanding. And you don't have to push yourself through. If it's not correct for you, it's not correct for you. Honor that. So people with this gate can be very difficult to teach. And it's to no fault of their own. And it like, don't think of this as, oh, that's his problem or her problem or whatever. Not the case. It is a protection, a protection that, is genetic. And it's from that, they're not meant to be influenced. Their inner thought process is not to be influenced. Their inner voice is not to be influenced by the outside world. And here's what's really interesting is that my husband has the 4323. Actually, this is his configuration right here. And that was something that went, okay. So once we start talking about large group dynamics as well, like the voices and the way I speak, he actually doesn't have any of that, what we call the power base, to even understand it. And I totally noticed that is a lot of times when, lots of women will probably giggle and go, oh yeah, my husband doesn't listen to me either. But he actually can't even translate the way I speak to him. So it's interesting to watch, again, the layers and layers of human design. So he's actually built to, my husband is built to listen to his own inner voice. And it's, this I know, and then, I don't know. And then all of a sudden there's a breakthrough and it's like, oh, I know. Conceptualization and concretization that happens here in the Ajna Center. We don't know until we know. And there's a process for us to come to an awareness. There's a process for that. And this 43rd gate is saying, okay, it's going to happen definitely in a pulse. So there'll be a pulse off, pulse off, pulse off, pulse off, pulse on, because that individual circuitry has a pulse to it. And this gate also needs to be invited to share, to speak about its breakthrough. Again, it's a projected channel, so there has to be an invitation there. And if they have the whole channel, not just the gate, if the whole channel is there, same thing. There has to be this invitation, an invitation to speak and share the breakthrough or the insight, or so here's what's fun is that here we have the 43rd gate, we're talking about the inner ear, and then we say insight. So then all of a sudden we're throwing it back to inner sight. So it's fun to watch how there's a play on words here in human design, usually all the time as well. I think there was some humor in the voice, and Ra had quite an interesting humor as well. So understanding that this gate is, it's deaf. It is deaf. And it's okay. You don't have to change anybody that you're with. You can't change them anyways. And just be able to accept it. And if this is you, you may or may not be able to even absorb what I'm speaking about. And that's okay. That's your process. So, really paying attention to what are you reading? What are you immersing yourself in? Because it's, there's a protection there from undue influence. However, you want to be, whatever does come through and whatever insight does break through, it's important to, immerse yourself in healthy environments and teachings and that kind of stuff. So it's healthy. That's healthy for all of us. But anyway, so the 43rd gate actually is the fear of rejection. So without it, so the 23rd gate, when it's defined and it's looking to the 43rd gate, there can be some mental anxiety about, something you're going to say and not earning any respect from people and having that rejection of your assimilation. Again, the Ajna Center being an awareness center, there's fears there. And this is a mental fear. This is an anxiety. And again, none of these fears were placed in the awareness center so that we could let the mind run amok. The fears are there to just bring us to a higher level of awareness, to drop us into our own inner authority, so that when we're speaking, when we're sharing, when we're being an outer authority for the other, that, that invitation has come, or it's from response, or you're initiated to initiate someone else. So it's important to pay attention to timing. Again, remember what the universe is. It is an emotional manifesting generator. So timing is like paramount. So if there's anything in human design that intrigues you and you'd like to work with me, let me know. Just a few of the things that I do. I probably should update this slide because there's lots of things that I do. All right. So thank you again for watching.